Hi everybody, welcome to Wool and Wine episode 58. I'm Tammy.
I'm Claudia.
I'm Janet.
And for all of our viewers, welcome back. And if you're new, we're super happy to have you.
And we are recording here from Bellbrook, Ohio, which is a southern suburb of Dayton. Southern suburb? Yeah, that rhymes kind of. Beautiful weather, very summery right now. It's in the 80s and really nice.
Yeah, hot and sunny and
And
possibly
happy.
stormy, right?
Yes.
Yes. And we just noticed red, white, and blue. It was just
So
Totally an
coincidental.
accident.
We didn't
very happy 4th of July Independence Day for all those U.S. people.
Right, happy Canada Day
happy
from
days.
a week past. Happy everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And before we get started, cheers to all of you.
Cheers.
Oh, wow. Nice.
Wow.
Interesting.
That's
Wow.
delicious.
This is a wine I brought back from Greece.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Wow. So if you just happened upon us, we are a knitting podcast, mostly knitting. Sometimes we have some crochet in there, but mostly knitting. So
True.
if you're new, we're so happy that you came.
Yes, we are.
Yeah, we
And
are.
we're desperately trying to hit 5,000 viewers so we can do another giveaway. So
Giveaway?
if you haven't already subscribed, please do that and then hit the bell button or whatever so you'll be notified of our next podcast.
There we go.
And we've been away for a while.
We have.
It's been kind of busy.
Yeah. Yep. Janet had a wedding in Greece to
Greece.
get
Oh,
to.
it was wonderful.
It
And
looked
Mykonos,
beautiful.
and then we went to Santorini and back to Athens. It was fabulous.
And we took a quick trip for our niece's wedding out to California. And so out and back.
And I've been staying put,
Yeah, but
which I kind of like.
you have remodeling going on at
I
your
do
house,
have
though.
yeah. I'm adding a room onto my hobby room
Yeah.
onto the back of my house, so I'm excited about that.
You get that thing all settled in and set up, and we'll have to podcast from there just so everybody can see how cool your new room is.
Yeah, we could do
That'd be
that. That
fun.
would be fun. Yeah, I've been like figuring out. So I have 2 book cabinets full of yarn, and they're both going to fit into my closet
Oh, sweet! Like side by side.
Nice.
Oh, that's awesome.
with my I also have a filing cabinet. It's going to go in there. I'm like,
Nice.
I'm
Nice.
excited.
Yeah. Wow. That'll be great.
It will.
Okay. So should we start with what we're wearing?
Sounds great.
Yes, we should. So I am wearing the Be Beautiful by Pia Trans. And here's the video. And the thing that makes it be beautiful is in the back there are little
Bees.
things.
3 little bees.
Yes.
Yeah, it's adorable.
Yeah, and hopefully you saw it on the video. But yeah, and this is made with Ultra Pima cotton in the colorway teal. And it's really super
Very nice.
Oh,
soft.
so beautiful.
And I'm not sure what to say about it. I really love it. It fits nicely. It wasn't a hard knit. It was just fun.
Was that top down? I bet it was.
Yes, it was.
So it's a drop shoulder, top down. You know, would you call that, because you did one too, would you call that a beginner pattern?
Pretty close, but I think with the bees you might get a real beginner might have an issue, but they weren't hard. It's just, something.
Might not understand the terminology for.
Or yeah, I don't know. You could
And,
give it a shot. You
yeah.
can always do that if you think you'd like it. You could, and you buy the pattern. You could just do a swatch with the
With the bees.
in it
Practice,
to see how
yeah.
you do. And I think Janet put them on her sleeves.
I did.
Right.
Just because my hair's in the way. So I have the bees in the back and on the sides. So if I put my hair up, then you can see them.
Well, it's really pretty.
Thank you.
It's very summery.
It doesn't have, it does just let it's a rolled,
Oh, okay. You just bind off.
yeah, you just bind off. So,
And then the
I
hem,
like it
the hem on
here.
the bottom has that beautiful pattern on it.
right.
It's
Well,
really
maybe I
pretty.
can actually stand up and
Oh, they can
show
see
that.
it. Yep.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Nice.
So,
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
pretty. Wow.
And in the camera, to me, your sweater looks more blue.
More royal blue, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
when in reality it's more teal.
Yeah,
yeah,
definitely.
Yeah, definitely. And I'm wearing a necklace with this that Janet had given to me, I don't know how many years ago. And it really goes well with
It
this.
yeah.
really does.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's perfect match.
Yeah.
Nice.
So that was fun.
Probably no modifications, right? Other
None.
than making it the right length. And
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, this was fun. I did enjoy doing that. I forgot about that part.
So what are you wearing?
So I'm wearing the Feldspar Tea by Hanna from Herbgarden Knitwear. And here's the video. And here's just another little preview
It's gorgeous.
of the sweater. I use the Universal Yarn Bamboo Pop, and the colorway was Pastel Dots.
It looks good.
And this was some yarn that Claudia had that she did not like the white, and I love white on me. So this was just the perfect with the purples and pinks and green and with the white background. So I had made this same sweater in a different, like a teal color. And so I made this last year, another one, because I really liked it. So this to me would be a really nice beginner pattern because it's just knit and purl. And it has some beautiful purling details within it, but otherwise you're just knitting. And I love the bamboo pop yarn too. It's made out of bamboo and it's just really cool, and it's fun to knit with. It's really
And
a nice
Really
yarn.
nice stitch definition. too.
Yes.
It
Yeah,
does.
very
Yes.
even. Yeah.
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 So
And-
it's beautiful to work with. It's not real expensive either. So it's something to look into.
Yeah.
So that one was bottom up, and
Yes, it was a bottom up sweater.
it was very, very cropped because I made that one also, remember? And I ended up picking up stitches, picking up from the bottom cast on and going down. And I'm like, oh, Janet, when you do yours,
Make sure it's long enough. Yeah.
add some.
So I made mine plenty long.
Yeah.
So that it's not going to be too short because I don't want to be in that situation. Tammi was in.
Right. I'm like, oh boy, here we go. But I think I picked up stitches and did some more of this or something. I don't even remember. I'll have to get that out. It's in a drawer somewhere with all the rest of my summer tops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's definitely a nice pattern. And of course I made the size 40. So it's my usual size. And no modifications. I mean, I'm sure the length is a little longer, and you make your sleeves however long you like them. But other than that, it's
Really good.
following the pattern.
All right. Well,
So-
I am wearing a finish and what I'm wearing, right? So it's like I decided I should probably wear one of these. This is the Sylven by Natasja Hornby. Here's a video. And I knit this out of Drops Saffron. in colorway 13, which I think is, did we decide that was called Raspberry from Drops?
Yes.
I think, yeah.
Yes.
I think that's true. So it's the unicolor, 100% cotton. And I think it's really good yarn. Really, really good. I don't remember what size I knit. I don't think I knit the 40 because this is, oh, you know what? I did because it's it's a little bit drop sleeve. And I don't know if you guys can see from her pattern picture, but she does these short rows at the top to kind of bring that part of the sleeve down. And I just think it makes it look like such a cute little sleeve cap. And then the lace was really easy, and these lines up and down are just pearls, right? So it was easy to keep track of. And
Is that a DK by chance?
it is a DK. Well, you know what? It might be sport weight. So hang on. It is 175 yards to 50 grams. So that would be 325 to 100. That's sport weight. I think you could do this in a sport or a DK because of the gauge, and I can't even tell you right now what the gauge was. But what I was going to say is every single thing we talk about, if you're not already aware, our show notes have links to our individual Ravelry. That's hard to say. Individual Ravelry pages. And all the information, like it's a link to that sweater and to that one and to this one and all the things that we show. So you'll be able to see like how much yarn we used and stitch gauge and all that. So, do you have a finish?
No.
Okay. Do you have you have a finish?
I do. So I did some dishcloths, and these are the Knit Basket Weave dishcloths by Kimara from We Folk Art. And it's a free pattern. And let me just show you a little bit of the detail. So it's a basket weave. The color on this is a bright navy. So I had made 3 of these, and I did this when I was on the plane to and from Greece. And I made one for a friend that I met that lives in Italy and gave her one. So, so I had made 3 of these on my trip. So that was a fun little thing to do.
Those are beautiful.
I think
Did you hold it up close enough so that the pattern shows up? That is just, it's really
it's
nice.
a cute
Yeah.
Yeah, those would make great Christmas gifts or housewarming gifts or whatever.
Yeah, and this was the Lily Sugar and Cream solids. I don't think I mentioned that. So it's a beautiful cotton for washcloths.
nice. Yeah,
Pretty excellent.
Yeah, so those will come in handy.
Yeah, they will.
And they
I
make
like-
great gifts too.
I like taking them for hostess gifts too. You know, have somebody invite you over for dinner. Just
Yeah.
Okay, I have 3 finishes because it's been a long time and you have seen 2 of these. And I had a lot of stuff that was nearly finished. So the first one is the September sweater by Petiteknit. And then here's the video. So if you remember, this yarn is what I picked up when we were in Europe and went to a lovely yarn shop. Look at the details on that. I just think that is so pretty.
It is pretty.
So, so nice.
I like the pattern, the weaving pattern,
It's brioche. It's all brioche. And I thought that would
Really
be a
soft.
challenge, and it's not. So the Lanigato yarn Encanto, and the colorway is 30848. And it's got that sparkle in it. So the content of this is a mystery. No, hang on, it's in here. It's 43% viscose, 34% wool, 12% polyester, and 11% polyamide. It is actually a blown yarn. And so I think either the polyamide or the polyester is the sparkle, and then the other is the casing around it, because it's actually the casing is quite thick. So I love that yarn, and I have some just like this in a dark green that's going to become some kind of a vest. I just have to figure out what vest, and that can lay on, oops, on the floor. Sorry about that new sweater. And then the next finish is the CMC Sweater by Forever Yarn. And I initially saw this on Leslie Friend's A Friend to Knit With podcast. She was making one, and Claudia had just finished a sweater. Did you finish the sweater? You did, you've worn it. In this yarn.
Oh, yeah.
And I just knew that I had to knit something in that yarn because it's so amazing. I have another ball here that's part of it.
There. Oh, yeah.
Right, so I'll show you the sweater and then I'll show you the yarn. So here is the beauty. I love how she did the neckline. I just think that is so beautiful. It's raglan, and I made one modification, and that was she only did this ribbing. Oh, I think you maybe saw it in the video. Can't tell. Oh, yeah, there is a video. I'll pop that in somewhere. So this ribbing is down the side. I ended up doing it under the arm as well to the cuff because it blends right into the ribbing. And so you can tell by the drape of this that it's pretty heavy. That's because I used Pearl Soho Serif, this beautiful cotton yarn that is so, so heavy. Like, I can't even believe how heavy that makes a sweater. Here's the label. There are 94 grams left in this ball. So it's 164 yards to 100 grams. And that's a DK weight yarn is what it's qualified as, but 164 yards is more
Of an Aran weight.
is an Aran weight. It would be more of an Aran weight, but it's because the cotton fiber is so heavy that it just weighs more to get that, I don't know. And I held that together with the soft alpaca lace from, oh, I gotta get my elbows out. There we go, from Hobby. And this is color 2, and I feel like that was called ecru, but I don't know for sure.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Very
kind
pretty.
of what I remember. So I loved this so much, and it was such a quick knit that I might as well just toss it on top of the other one. I went ahead and knit another one right away. I'm trying really hard to use up my stash, and I'll show you the yarn on this one first. I had a whole bunch of this, what is it? Manos del Uruguay Alegria Grande in skunk in my stash, and I had a bunch left over. I've already knit a sweater, and that must just be a nubbin left over that I tucked in here. But I had so much of this, and I can't stand all this stuff floating around in my stash. So here's the video of me showing it. And then here's the sweater up close. And it's really, that skunk is really interesting. The way the dots, it seems like way more intent on the screen, like it shows it up more, but look at that. So this part of the sleeve up here ended up almost striping, where I've got zigzags there, and there are only a few decreases, but this other sleeve is starting with the same skein that I used on the other one, and it didn't stripe until the cuff, which was a totally, it's really weird because it's a different circumference, right? And so anyway, this will just be a really nice, easy to throw on, and it's not going to wrinkle sweater. And I now only have one skein and that tiny little nubbin left of the yarn. So it's like, yay me, I'm doing a good job getting getting some of the stash down.
Good job.
Good job.
I wish I was that good. I mean, the only thing I knit's with stash yarn, but
I'm just trying really hard to not buy more. I still buy more, but I'm trying to like knit from stash mostly.
Hey, so are we moving on to whips?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, I'm still working on this. This is for my sister. It's the Anker summer shirt. And the yarn that I'm using is Juniper Moon Farms Zoe in the colorway 16. So it's magenta basically, but I'm making progress. I've separated.
Already.
I think I have a few more, maybe a couple inches to go. But yeah, I think this is gorgeous. I love it.
I do too.
Yeah.
If she doesn't like it.
I know. Exactly. That's my opinion. And I'm going to tell her, if you don't like it, give it back.
You're right.
Jana will take it.
There's some
It might be tight on me, but I can wear it.
You're gonna do it anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
Yeah. So by next time it should be done, or maybe she'll have it. So, yeah.
Yeah, it looks very pink on the
So
camera,
pretty.
and it's just
Oh, it does. Looks,
but it looks more hot pink, but it's not. It's very magenta.
Yeah, it is. It's very pretty. I love it. So anyway, hopefully I get that done here soon. I was going to give it to her for her birthday, which is in August, but she may get it before that.
Yeah, it looks like you're going to be done before that.
Yes.
Nice.
Exactly.
Oh, that's great.
And no modifications at all.
Is she tall?
Yeah.
So you'll make it a little bit longer, probably.
No.
No?
But she's got really long legs. She's
Oh.
like you.
Oh, short-waisted and long legs?
Long
Okay.
legs, short waisted. So I measured it. It was like 12 inches to the.
Oh, perfect.
Oh, good.
So
That's
like,
always nice.
I know.
Heck yeah.
Seems like I have to keep knitting mine.
I
longer.
She's very long. It's so funny. All of our sweaters are very different lengths.
Well, ours is about the same from to the length. It's 13 inches.
13 inches, yep.
So yeah.
I'm like 12 to the max, man. I feel like I'm swimming in it if I go 12. Oh, that's crazy. All right, what do you have?
My first whip is the Sippila by Caitlin Hunter.
Oh yeah. Look at that. Oh, I know that's so pretty.
Here it is.
Wow.
So I'm making some progress.
Oh my gosh, that's just gorgeous.
It's still needs to be longer. It's only about 10 inches right now. I'm like, oh, come on.
That's really
But this is a fingering weight sweater, so it takes a little, the rows are real tiny.
Tiny little stitches.
Well, it takes a lot of rows to get an inch. So the main color of the yarn I'm using is the Puri by Brooklyn Tweed, and the colorway is Hammock. And it is a beautiful merino wool, non-superwash. And then I'm holding that with this beautiful West Wool Bicycle in the colorway Fandango. And this was gifted to me from our viewer and friend Annie. And I just love this, and I can't wait to get it finished.
Then you have to wait for fall.
For next year.
For next year, yeah.
Next year for spring and fall. Well, I don't know.
No, you'll be able to wear it for winter.
I'll be able to wear it a
Like
little.
September-ish.
Are you gonna make it long
Short
sleeve?
sleeve.
Oh, short
Sleeve on this
Okay.
bad boy.
Okay.
But hopefully if I can get it done, I can wear it. Start wearing it.
Beautiful.
Just got to keep on going. Knit, 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 knit.
Yeah, right.
That's
So,
gorgeous. Those
yeah,
colors
so
together
pretty.
are
And this
so
Fandango
good.
is gorgeous.
Well, you've got
It is.
just enough left for that little bit on the
For the
cuff.
sleeve.
Yeah.
Yep. For the cuffs.
Oh,
That'll be perfect.
that's so pretty.
Perfect amount.
That is a beautiful,
Yeah.
beautiful. I love the
So-
colors.
All
Yes,
right.
me too.
Oh, my next one, my whip is I gotta find the right one. I'm doing a test knit for Beth MacDonald Stone, and you know she has some gorgeous stuff. Her patterns are pretty amazing. So this is the Mango Sweater DK by Beth MacDonald Stone. And her version that she shows, or that she's going to be showing, if you haven't seen her podcast, you need to go out and take a look at it. But hers is long sleeved, and I opted for the short sleeve version. So it is drop shoulder, and of course it's not blocked.
Wow.
So it's got this
that's
beautiful
pretty.
detail down the shoulder, and you can see the shape of it. It's just very kind of angular with these cute stripes. So I am using
Oh, the bell.
Drops Bell. I have a lot of this. Janet and I are planning on doing a sweater together, but she's not ready yet. And I had this in my stash, and I'm like, that would be so pretty with Drops Bell in black that I had left over from another project. So I think I'm going to do a Sabai tee with the rest of this, and then get a different color to do the sweater with Janet when we're ready.
Okay.
Because I was like chomping at the bit to use that. But isn't that so pretty and classic colors? That Drops Bell just knits so nicely.
It does.
And I chose to do the little stripe. Hang on. I chose to do a little stripe here on the cuff and at the neckband as well. And so, did I dip that right in my water? I did.
No, it just
No.
kind of went to the side.
But anyway, I am loving this. I don't know when the pattern's coming out. I feel like it's due like the 20-something of July, which no problem. I'll have that done in plenty of time.
So is this very boxy?
It is boxy. It is a drop shoulder, so my shoulders probably come about
Okay.
here. And so there is, I think, about 10 inches of ease on it. And I reached out a bit ago, like literally a bit ago, because I'm just below, I've just separated. And I don't know, for my taste, I don't particularly want it to be a 44 at my hips. So I asked if she minded if I do some decreases down the sides, and I literally just asked the question. So it's a test, and so it's totally up to the designer whether they want it done like that. So we'll find out. I mean, I'm going to wear this anyway, regardless. If she says, I'd prefer you don't, then I won't. And if she says, I don't mind, you can certainly show it in a different way, you know, let people see different ways that you can do it. If you don't want it that boxy at the bottom, then I will do some decreases. So I'm just waiting on an answer on that, and then I'll move forward with it. But drops bell, man, you just can't go wrong.
Right, it's like a linen and cotton.
Yeah, linen,
Maybe
cotton,
some
and
viscose.
viscose. Yeah. So 50,
It's a really fun yarn to work with.
yeah, and it, you know, it's got a loose ply, right? So, but it's not splitty. Let's see if I
Right,
can-
and it's just once you block it, it
Oh my
really looks
gosh.
beautiful.
Yeah, super soft and like all the things that you want. You've knit a few things with it, haven't you? Mm-hmm. Have you used drop spell yet? I mean, it's like,
Yeah, it
and
feels
that's not
really
even
nice.
blocked. And this
Yeah.
is machine wash and dryable. Although when I dry it, I only dry it on air, and I only dry it until the point where it's tumbled. I use the wool balls, and I just tumble it with those so that there's no wrinkle in it, and it's not getting heated up because, you know, you don't want them to shrink. And cotton, linen won't, but cotton will, so I don't know what that would do. I'm pretty sure the cotton would win. Yeah, anyhow, love
Nice.
it. And so no modifications until I hear whether I can or not.
Whether you're allowed.
Yep, yep.
Cool. It's beautiful.
Yeah,
I'm
so,
gonna have to look into that drop spell though.
oh gosh, yeah.
Okay, so my next whip is my garden pullover. That was from Ankestrik. I didn't write it down for some reason, but it's Ankestrik. And I'm I got one side done. And I'm working on the other. And I think part of I'm just kind of waiting until I get both sides done because I'm not sure. This seems like it's not going to be very deep, so I might have to make it a little bit deeper.
Oh, right, because that's a pullover, not
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, so.
And in the pictures, people don't have that like right up at their neck.
Right,
either.
and so this is the 9 inches for my sleeve, but I think I'm going to have to make it quite a bit longer. Isn't that odd?
Yeah, because 9 inches, that's not even going to come together comfortably.
Right.
I don't think.
So, anyway,
Yeah.
that's what
Well,
I'm
it's
doing.
gorgeous.
Thank you. I think it's going to be gorgeous whenever I finish it, but yeah. And the yarn that I'm using is, this is the Hobie Soft Alpaca Lace, and I'm holding 2 of these together, and this colorway is called Mint Gray. And then I'm also holding one strand of the Drops Kid Silk in the colorway Sage. So I love the combination, love the color. I just have to keep going.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's just interesting to me. Anyway.
Well, you were worried about it being too deep.
I was at first. I was like, because I saw some where they were like down here, and I didn't want it to be that deep. But now, yeah.
Are they saying that the back is, you do the back shorter and the front longer because that seam comes
Yes.
back here?
Yes. Yes. Exactly.
Wow.
So,
So beautiful.
Beautiful.
thank you.
And that's an easy pattern to knit, right? That lace?
Yeah, the lace is really not hard at all. No, not at all. And the way she did the short rows, you're always doing the short rows in the stockinette.
Oh, okay.
And so, yeah, it's really, really not a hard pattern at all. And it's very intuitive, and I can look and see what my next row needs to be. So,
Oh, perfect.
so I don't even
Yeah.
have to look at my pattern. So
Are the
that's
purl
nice.
rows rest rows like you only
Yes.
do the lace on the front
Yes.
side? Oh, well that's nice too.
Yes, and then when everything's joined together, then it's just going to be a lace row and a knit row. Yeah, so yeah.
Nice. Okay, Janet, do you have another whip?
I do, and I'm so excited. Something new. It is the Fresh Squeezed Juice by Dani Gherardi. it is. Look at this beauty. So I've done all the lace part, which was addicting. You can't
bet.
stop.
Oh my gosh. So we haven't seen this.
I don't think so.
Right.
I know she's been talking
So
about
this
that.
is something new, and
Holy moly, girl.
so I'm all
She's been busy.
excited with that.
Yes.
So I am using this Pearl Soho
Serif. Oh,
Serif.
okay, so,
same
yeah.
yarn as Tammi just used on one of her sweaters, and the colorway of that is the cedar wood.
So pretty.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's as Tammi says, it's kind of a thick wool. I go through 100 grams pretty quick. Like I'm just ready to start the third ball on this sweater. And I think this is 41 inch. Oh no, I'm making the 38 and a quarter size, but I'm using a bigger needle, so it's gonna be like a 40,
Perfect.
40-ish. So
Excellent.
yeah, so
That is
I'm
so
all
pretty.
excited about it,
Yeah.
and I've just been kind of knitting away at it.
Is that a short
because
sleeve?
it goes so much quicker than the fingering one that I'm
Yeah.
was working
Oh,
on
absolutely.
or am working on.
So is that going to be short sleeve also?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, they all saw the picture. We didn't
gonna
see
be-
it yet.
Yeah.
Be a short sleeve, summery or springy, fally
Definitely.
probably.
Oh, I don't know. It feels cool to the touch.
It does feel
Like
cool.
even the long sleeve version, I think in a restaurant, you know, you go in and it's air conditioned.
Uh-huh.
You could probably have that on down here because we're in the lower level in my house and it's chilly.
My toes are cold right now.
Are they?
Yeah, but that's okay. I have sandals on.
Well, I do too. I have one finished sock I can loan you. Oh goodness.
What else are
Okay.
you working on?
So I just mentioned socks, so I'll go ahead and talk about those. I had to make myself stop so it wouldn't be a finish. That's really funny, right? Because
right?
Well,
you can't hardly stop. It's addicting. I can't help it. So these are the Cozy Autumn socks by This Handmade Life. And I have one done that I've shown you before, and I just love this yarn. This is McMullen Fibers Posh. Wait a minute, am I calling it right? Posh Sock, yes I am. And Sense and Sensibility colorway. And this yarn is just so gorgeous. You can see how squishy that is. Oh my gosh, I can't even. Look at that. She's a magnificent dyer. Anyway, I had to force myself to stop right here after I did the heel flap and gusset because I would have had this thing done in like a day. I'm not kidding you. This is such a great pattern. If you haven't done it, give it a go. Anyway, who doesn't want a pair of
beautiful
nice
socks,
socks, right?
Yeah, and if you want to knit me a pair, that'd be great.
Yeah, your foot's bigger than mine though, isn't
I
it?
know. So I was going to ask you, because I was working on those ones, some socks, and you get into the small diameter, and it hurts my hands. Does that?
Are you talking about on like a 9-inch circular?
Uh-huh.
Or you're using a 12 on that other sock, aren't you?
No, getting down to the toe, it had to be a.
Oh no, on the toe I always use Magic Loop.
Okay, well, I'm not ready for Magic Loop yet. I'm on a 12, and I think maybe the problem with it is that it's a very tight gauge.
You're talking about those wintry socks? Yes.
Yeah,
So
and it's a very tight gauge.
With
so maybe that's
real
it.
small diameter type stuff, I always use the double pointed needles.
Do you?
And I think that makes a difference too, because you got a bigger area
Well, you've
versus
got more
trying
to hold on to.
Yeah.
That's true.
I like a 9-inch circular on the socks until I get to the toes, and I keep a 47-inch fixed needle, size 1, to do the toes with.
Oh, I see.
Because when you start doing the decreases, you really do need. You can't get down to 12 stitches.
Oh, right. I know that. I know that.
On a 9-inch.
I'm just talking about this, and I'm wondering if it has something to do with the tight gauge on this.
It probably is.
Because it hurts my hands, and so and since it's summer, I haven't been working on it.
I think I only use my thumb and first 2 fingers.
I think I'll have to try the
I don't know how much.
the whatever you said.
Double pointed needles.
Yeah, the
yeah.
double hands. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I'll
have
to try
some
that.
if you want to.
right.
I think I have some it too. So.
You know, I bought a huge set on eBay in a handmade, like a flannel handmade needle holder that had stitches between the different sizes,
nice.
and it folded over, and then you rolled it up, and it had a tie attached. And every time I get those out, I picture, I think someone had those, and I can't imagine they either stopped knitting for some reason, maybe arthritis or whatever, or passed away, and whoever was cleaning their stuff out had no idea what to do with them. And so they just put them on eBay. I think I got this set of like 10 different sizes, maybe more, for like $10. It was ridiculous. So
Nice.
if you
Nice.
need DPNs or any other needles for knitting, and you don't want to spend the money buying them new, give eBay a go, because that worked out really well for me.
Okay.
Okay, so
I have another whip.
perfect.
And so it is because Tammi made that CMC sweater and I thought it was adorable. So I decided to cast it on. So I did. It's not very far along. I do have, now it's just, I've got all the short rows finished, but here you go. And the yarn I am using, I don't even know if you can see this very well, but it's got some little blips in it of blue, and this is called Cloudborne Fibers. It's a superwash merino in worsted weight and worsted twist, and then the colorway is Atlantic Ocean. So it's sort of a taupey gray with blips of blue. So
Pretty.
yeah, I think
Very
it's going to be really kind of pretty. I think it's going to be really pretty.
It is, yeah. I mean, that sweater's like a 15.5 stitch gauge, isn't it?
Right. Yeah, I think I got 16. And so I went up and sized it so I could get a 46. I don't mind it being, it needed to be, because that's the winter sweater.
Yeah, you want them to be kind of oversized and squishy.
Slightly, yeah. I am using a 9, and I think she had an 8. You used an 8 or a 7? Anyway,
I don't know.
using a
You can all
9.
look at my Ravelry page and see, because I always put the needle size I use.
Yeah, I'm using
just
a 9 so
in
far.
case I use that yarn combination again. I don't have to swatch.
So, yeah. That's my
Shame
last
on
one.
me.
I
Do you have another whip?
I have one more whip. That would be the Encinitas Top by Ireina Anaka. And I've really not made any progress on this. Now that I'm working on 2 projects that are so much just knit, this will be fun to get back into, because we have cable work in this, and some lace. And so it's like lacy on the sides, and I'm starting on the sleeves going up the back right now.
really pretty.
And so anyway, so I'll be getting busy on this. because good goodness, I'm getting to the top.
You
Yeah.
are.
So I've got
I love that yarn.
Plenty to go. I mean, not that much to go, actually. So this is the yarn, and it looks like it's all, so I'm using 2 balls because see the difference here in the colors of the yarn. So I am just like helical knitting, but not really helical because I'm not going in the round right now. So this is the Brooklyn Tweed Dapple, and the colorway of this is Blaze. And they no longer make yarn. So, but if you have some, this is a great project to use it on.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, it is. It's really a cute sweater.
yeah.
All right, so I just have one more, and that is the Millefleur Petite Poncho by Hardwicke. And there's a tale of woe with this. So I bought that La Bien-Aimée yarn that I was determined to use to make this. And then I decided that I didn't really like, it was a pink, so kind of like a dusty, dirty pink. Dirty might not be the right word for it. But it's not a bright pink, and it's not just a dusty pink. It's kind of like a muted
But you decided
gray
you didn't
undertones.
Like maybe a
and pink.
salmony.
I
little
love
more
the
salmony.
pink, yeah, but I didn't like it so much with the gold color. So I decided that I was going to use, I had several skeins of Cascade Heritage sock yarn in black. And I thought, oh, I could pull 2 of those out because I like keeping black yarns and cream yarns and that in my stash for these purposes. Well, anyway, I cast it on. That's the ribbing at the bottom. So it's bottom up poncho you saw from the picture, and it's all color work. And I got about 2 inches into the color work using the gold. And I decided that I would rather, I love the gold, but I don't know that I love the black with the gold. And so I sat this morning and ripped it out, and I picked up all the stitches, and you can see I kind of, yeah, you can see these loops on the back. It's not very even. I'm on the first round getting things set back, and I dropped a few stitches because I literally pulled the needles out and just ripped back. But what I've decided to do is I have got yarn that I've had for, oh gosh, 6 years, 7 years, I don't even know, from Expression Fiber Arts. This was a set that she dyed of pearlescent fingering. Let me see if I can get the tag up here. So Expression Fiber Arts. And I ended up writing on the back of it. I'm not even sure why. Maybe it came with no label. But it's this particular skein. So these are singles, which I feel like are only appropriate for a shawl or a cowl or, a poncho maybe. But here are the 3 colors. So it's 3 different skeins. And I thought what I would do is start with the blue, and I feel like even though it's got this blue in it, there's a lot of white, so I think it's going to overall read black with white and some color. And then I'll move on to this pink, the one that adds pink to it and some color, and then finally finish with this one. So I will probably, when I get to 10 grams or something, I may alternate the rows of the color work and fade that one in, and then do the same thing with this one. So I'll be getting this out of my stash because I love this yarn.
That's beautiful.
Right?
That'll be really pretty together.
And then,
I'm anxious
yeah.
to see it.
I think, yeah, because there's no black in any of this, and I really do, even though there's color, I don't know. I feel like it'll read overall, right?
It's really pretty.
Okay.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, so anyway, I'm Gonna spend probably an hour getting those stitches back on the right way.
When I rip stuff out like that, I just go, okay, just go around once, get all your stitches right back, put on there correctly, pick up the drop stitch.
I did. About every other stitch, there's a drop stitch.
Yeah.
And so it's just taken some time.
Mm-hmm.
But if I don't just pull the needles out and rip, I
No.
would let it lay there for months before I would touch it. And
It takes too long to do the tink.
yeah.
So
Oh gosh. With color work? No, I mean I was this far into it.
Well, I
it's
know, I
fingering weight.
remember
It's
that.
No. Yeah. Yeah. So anyway,
Okay.
I'm working on it and we'll see. Well, anyway, I'm holding that in this beautiful little West Knits bag that Annie gifted us.
Nice.
And that's what's holding this project. And it'll be just the right size for a poncho until it starts getting bigger,
Yeah.
which is
those little bags are
perfect.
so
Can't
cute.
wait to see that. I think it's gonna be gorgeous.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna like it. Melissa got a kit also, and I don't think she has started hers yet. And I didn't want to get the same color. I liked her colors better than my color combination. But you're at La Bien-Aimé's pop-up shop. She's standing there going, "Isn't this pretty?" And it was beautiful. But you just get high on yarn fumes.
That's for
Being in
sure.
the shop. Anyway, so we have some acquisitions, I think, or some at least dream knitting, if nothing else. So you have
I
something
do have
there?
something here, and I haven't exactly decided what I want to make with it yet, but I do know it's going to be color work, and I'm going to hold these two colors together, and this is super soft.
Oh, the whole scarf.
The
okay.
whole scarf's super soft, and it's indigo, I think is the colorway. And then I'm going to hold it with this Chimera and by River Knits, and the colorway is Air. And I think that's going to be a really pretty combination. I just don't know exactly what I'm going to make with it yet, but I'll figure it out. And this was from our friend Diane.
Right. So before we go any further, we need to talk a minute about our visit.
Oh yeah, she's so sweet.
Our friend Diane from the UK, hi Diane, I hope you're watching, came into town and she reached out to us through our email and said, "Hey, I'm going to be in your area and I'm coming in on this day and I'm going to be here all this day and I leave the next day. Any chance we can get together?" And so Janet couldn't because she's babysitting some beautiful grandbabies. And on Monday wasn't going to work for her, and that was the day Diane was here. And so Claudia and I were free and we were able to go pick her up. She stayed at a hotel that's like 3 miles from my house, which
worked out perfectly.
was a total coinky dink. But we picked her up and we went down to Woolly Bully Yarn Shop, and there's a picture of us. With Susan, the yarn shop owner, and with Diane, of course. So here's the picture, I guess. And we had a fabulous time there. We hung out for a couple of hours and bought yarn. And talked and talked and talked. And we just had a great time.
We did. Well, it was really nice.
We showed up like 10:10. I mean, we picked Diane up right at like 10 o'clock. And so the yarn shop's, 10-15 minutes away. And she had just opened and it was so good. And she said to tell you hello.
Oh, yes. Hello, Diane. I'm sorry I missed you.
And so then we went to lunch and hung out there, and it was a great place for lunch, but it was not a great place to sit and knit. We thought there was a couch by a fireplace and we thought it would be light enough, but it really wasn't. So we ended up coming back here and sitting upstairs in the hearth room, talking and knitting for a couple of hours, I guess, and then we had to drop her back. Claudia dropped her back at her hotel, and then she went on her way to her next stop. But
She's an interesting lady.
she really
She's
is
a very interesting
so
lady.
sweet. We've been emailing back and forth, and she's just great. So she's also test knitting for some of the same people that I test knit for. So that was really fun. That Beth MacDonald Stone, oh my gosh, mango sweater. She just did the mango tea, which is the fingering weight version, and it's gorgeous. So I think those will all be released about the same time. I imagine, but yeah, she sent me a picture of hers, and I need to, now that I've got my sleeves not separated but joined in the round and the sleeves picked up, I'll send her a picture of that one too through email. But it's so much fun to be able to meet you guys and see you in real life.
Yeah, for sure.
So if you're ever in the area, reach out, because
Yeah.
we'd love to see you. And we're not doing Rhinebeck this year. We made a joint decision. We're going to be gone so much with all the vacations that we've got going on. This year's just not going to work for us. So hopefully next year we can pull that off again, because a girls' trip is
It's
quite a
always
fun
fun.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
But also we want to talk that Chimera Yarn was also gifted. So all three of us
We all three got a skein.
Yes.
skein of that, and it's so beautiful, and thank you so much.
From Diane.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah, she's
here's
so
a
sweet.
picture of the three skeins together. And so I just have to figure out how I'm going to use mine, because it's like my perfect colors.
Yeah. And all
yours
three are
too.
different.
Yeah,
All
they're very
three
different.
Yeah.
And she goes, I'm not even going to pick. You guys can
Yeah.
pick. You pick the
You
colors.
can duke it out. But we
Right.
didn't have to do that.
Right. No. So do you have some yarn acquisitions? Because I see
Yes.
some yarn sitting here.
So when we were in Athens, Greece, we went to this beautiful yarn shop, and here's the name of the place. So if you know Greek, that's the name of the place. So they don't make yarn in Greece, but they were a superstore. This one was a superstore for Lang Yarns, which is based out of Italy. So they had every Lang yarn that you could possibly imagine. And I bought this beautiful Via. It's called Via. And it is cotton, wool, and yak blend. And I would say it's like
How many yarns?
I don't know, I'd say it's like a sport, but 200 meters for 50 grams. Ooh, that
Oh, that's
almost
fingering.
sounds fingering.
That's definitely fingering, yeah.
Oh boy.
So
It looks heavier though if you look at it.
well, it's a chainette.
Maybe not.
Yeah.
Unless the yak is
So-
heavy, but boy, that yak is gorgeous. It must be black.
Yeah, there's
Or
like
dark.
a
It's like
gray?
a green and gray. And it just has a number for the color, and it's a big long number. So, well, it says 1135.0073.
Oh, wow.
So yeah,
very
so this is a
pretty.
fingering, but it was so beautiful. They had a swatch of this knitted up, and it's really soft. So I ended up buying this, and then I also bought this other yarn that this was kind of a little treat for me. This was the silk color. And see how it's got
look at
these
this
multicolors,
It's gonna be gorgeous.
and it's just 100% silk. And so I had to buy.
Did you buy
Had to
just
treat-
one of those?
I bought 3 of these.
Oh.
So I'm hoping, because it's 260 meters
Okay.
300.
for this 100-gram ball. So I got 3 balls. I'm figuring I could make something like least like a ranunculus maybe.
Or a Tolsta tea.
Or a Tolsta. A Tolsta would be beautiful. Even a Tolsta tea.
Yeah, maybe. I bet, yeah, because that's a pretty big gauge too. Like 16?
I think so.
Yeah. We'll do some math.
So yeah, I gotta figure out that. But so I bought these beautiful yarns, and
gosh.
I tell you what, the shop owner was so sweet, and they were just really nice there. And we got to talking, and I showed him the business card, and he says, "Oh wow, you like to drink wine too?" And I said, "Oh yeah, absolutely." So he gifted us a bottle of this delicious red Greek wine. I told him I really like Cabernet Sauvignon, so he had this special bottle there. So we'll be showcasing that very soon in today's episode.
Yeah.
So and also I'll post pictures of the yarn shop and the sweet man who donated the wine.
That was so nice of him.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that was the wine we toasted you all with when we
Yes.
started, and it's delicious.
Yes.
All right, so when we were at Woolly Bully, I picked up a sweater's quantity of wool stock blue sky fibers in this gorgeous blue colorway. They call this October Sky, number 1305. And my plan is to make the... Oh, crap, what's the
I
name of
can't
that sweater?
remember. I know we were talking about that and I'm blanking.
You know what? I'm going to put it on the screen, so you're all going to know before I do. I bought a sweater's quantity to make that because I thought that was so gorgeous, and it's just so
It's a,
squishy.
That's a really nice yarn.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
100% fine Highland wool. So it's 370 yards to 150 grams. So each one of these balls is 150. That's why it's so big and squishy. I wondered why it was so big. That's a skein and a half, kids. Okay, so for the price, this was $27 US per ball. That's a pretty good price.
That is.
That
For
is-
such beautiful, nice yarn.
Yeah, that's a nice
Yeah.
nice yarn. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
I
you
have
gotta-
one more thing from our Woolly Bully outing.
Oh, right.
So they have a room in the back, and it's their half off room. And so I just kind of moseyed back, see what they had. So I bought a sweater's quantity of Green Mountain Spinnery Cotton Comfort.
Wow.
20% cotton and 80% fine wool.
Oh, my
and
goodness.
look at this colors.
That's beautiful.
I mean, that's going to be gorgeous.
Green Mountain Spinnery.
We
man.
probably would have fought over those.
We might have.
Good thing I wasn't there.
Yeah, good thing, right?
Yeah.
Right, because they were all talking, and I'm going, oh, that's right, they have the 50% off area.
There would have been some hair pulling and all kinds of
yeah,
stuff going on.
battling, knock down, drag out. But I saw this and I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it's back here. And it was, great price. And it's a 50-gram skein. And it's 180 yards and a 50-gram skein. So that's like
It's 360.
yeah.
And the
So-
colorway's denim.
Denim,
That's like
yes,
a
I'm
sport,
sorry.
I would call that.
Yeah,
Right?
it's
Yeah.
probably, but I think you could probably even get away with making some
light
DK.
decay.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
bet it blooms nicely.
I bet
Yeah,
it does too.
right.
So anyway, I'm excited about it.
That's gorgeous, yeah.
Don't know what I'm gonna make with it yet, but
Right.
yeah, I think I got 6 or 7 skeins. One of them was not the same dye lot, but I figure that'll go for the the ribbing or cuff or hem or something. It's not that different, but yeah. So
Okay, so I have one more thing to talk about, and I might need a little bit of help. I have been, like I said, going through my stash, and I bet 3 or 4 different times had these 3 skeins out together.
Ooh, those are pretty.
that's gorgeous.
And Yeah, I mean, I don't even know which way I would blend them. But so these are fingering weight. This one is Passion Knits yarn, and it's called Tantalizing Tweed. It's 85 superwash merino, 15% wool, or 15% neps, which are probably poly. And then this one is Sweet Tea yarns in the colorway Pocahontas. This is mystery yarn. There is no tag on this. I have no idea. Now that's coming across on the camera as a teal blue, maybe? Mm-hmm. And it's very turquoise, which...
Very pretty.
It doesn't, you know, it's not changing. Anyway, so I also have... So these are the 3 so far. I also have these 2 to add. What I'm thinking is that would be a beautiful shawl.
Oh my gosh, yes.
And if it happens to be a Stephen West shawl, I've got the mohair dare, because that looks really great with these. And this yarn is left over from when Janet and I went to Spain and Portugal last year. It is Feliz y Punto and Shido. Yakme yarn base, I guess, in Shido. And so it is just off of these colors enough that I think that would make a really nice pairing as well. So I don't know, the only Stephen West shawl, large shawl that I've made is the Slipstravaganza, and it is like by far the most gorgeous thing I've ever seen. It's definitely the prettiest thing I've ever made. But I don't know how I wear a circular or the half circle shawl. I almost feel like that's a little harder for me than a triangle. But his shawls are also gorgeous, that it's kind of hard to, I don't know if I care about the shape of it as much. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I feel like I need something that's going to take me a while. Like, I want a long-term project. I don't want to keep banging out a pair of socks and like doing a sweater in a month. And, you know, I feel like I want to immerse myself into something that's going to take longer. And if I get addicted to it and can't put it down, then whatever. But you know what I'm saying? So if anybody's got ideas for a shawl that, you know, can use 3 skeins of fingering weight, maybe 5, maybe 4 with some mohair somewhere, that would be so good. I don't really want it to be a fade. I think that those colors are better if it's like very distinct, you know, different places. So please give me some ideas. Because I just feel like they go so well together, and I want to get it going in something. So thank you in advance for your suggestions. Yeah, and Diane, you have tested it for Stephen West in the past, so maybe if you've got a suggestion of something that you did a while back that would be like some kind of gorgeousness, that would,
Yeah. Be good.
that would be good too. Anything else before we taste that wine?
No, I'm ready to taste that wine.
Yeah.
I am too. Yes.
Let's go do it.
All right.
Okay.
Today's wine that we're showcasing is from Greece, and it's the Inopi 2017. It's a red wine, so I think it is a blend of various grapes that I've never heard of before. So we won't go into that. But the characteristics are similar to what I like. So it is a little more than half between the light and the bold. And same with the smooth to the tannic. So it's a little more like 3/4 of the way towards the tannic side, way on the dry side versus the sweet. And then it's a little more acidic versus soft. So it has your hints of oak, vanilla, and chocolate. and it's got the fruits of cherries, red fruit, and pomegranates. Also mentions of black fruits, plum, and jam.
All right, let's see. Man, the nose is
It's
so
really
nose
good
different.
on
It's
that.
really
really
nice.
different.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm getting, but
Somebody mentions raisin, which kind of reminds me a little bit of raisin
On
on the
on the
nose.
back, even when you take a drink, that last part of your swallow on the back of your tongue almost has that raisiny taste to it. But the pomegranate, it's not, it's a lighter, definitely a lighter
it's
red.
yeah, it is. And when you said pomegranate, I had it in my mouth, and I said, "I do. I could be
can
talked into that easily."
Eat the pomegranate, yeah. I don't know if I would identify that taste separately if somebody hadn't mentioned it, but it was like one of the notes.
I really like this.
Yeah, I think this would be good with something like lamb
It would.
or maybe even pork. Some kind of,
It drinks a little bit like a Pinot, but
This would be really good without any food too.
Oh, right,
This is one of these types of
Yeah.
ones where you don't need food with it.
right. And this is the one that he gifted us, right?
Yes, this was gifted, so thank you so much
that is so sweet of you.
for this.
Yeah, we really appreciate that.
Yeah.
That was delicious too. I'm really surprised by it. I had no idea. I mean, we've never had Greek wines before on our
right.
show, so this is a first.
So if you
And-
live in Greece, here you go.
I-
Definitely check this out.
Yeah, I kind of hope it's not our last time having a Greek wine.
No, I think I have a white in my refrigerator. I'll have
Do
to
you?
look and bring it next time.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, I love their wines.
Yeah.
All of the wines that I had in Greece were delicious. And I had several reds and I had several whites, and all the white ones were
Just bright.
delicious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bright and absolutely delicious. And I'm not a huge white wine drinker, but I tell you what, they were really, really good.
Yum, yum. Yeah. So all the information is on the front label. We just can't read it.
Right.
It's all in-
it's all Greek to me.
Oh, maybe later I'll try to pull up the translator, see if we can figure out what it is.
Yeah.
So it is. He was right when I mentioned what I really like.
Yeah. And a 2017.
This is
That was super
Right?
sweet because this is just like the perfect
And-
time to be drinking it.
He said it was like his best friend owned this winery, so
Nice.
you know,
That's really cool.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting how we kind of gravitate to certain areas for wine, like, Napa or California or Washington or
France
or Italy. But, who would have thought about Greece?
Well,
Right?
we
This is
found out.
amazing. Like everything was so good. The wine.
Yeah.
I was just
Well, remember,
blown away by how good it is.
we found out that the Spain and Portugal,
They have
those
really nice-
wines are really good. And we were shocked at that. It's like we need to expand our horizons a little bit.
So I also brought back a rosé, so that we'll showcase that in one of our other episodes.
Nice.
And that was somewhere else along your on the trip.
Yes.
Nice. Yeah, this is
That
really
was in
delicious.
Santorini, I think, where we got
Yeah.
that.
So do you remember the man's
Sant-
name who owned the yarn shop?
Unfortunately, no. I don't.
Okay. Well, darling man who owns that yarn shop, we appreciate you. Thank you.
Very much.
I really do.
Yeah. So I guess are we done?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, if you can't be
Be with the wine you love the wine you're with. Cheers.
Cheers.